Hello everyone, I'm Akshay and welcome back to the United Talk. Such a disappointing news just before our match day, and this is coming from Mike Keegan from Daily Mail, and many other credible outlets have been reporting this last evening that Sir Jim Ratcliffe is closing in for the final takeover of Manchester United from the Glazers, and this is a very disheartening news. I mean, there's still a rumor floating around the club that Al Thani, the Qatar investment, they can actually make the 11th hour bid. They are trying to do something, but there's no official news from the Al Thani board and there's Al Thani family, sorry, and there is no there is no official statement from the Glazer or Sir Jim Ratcliffe, but the people close to the deal are actually favoring Sir Jim Ratcliffe, and they are pretty much stating this out loud that Glazers are actually in talks with Sir Jim Ratcliffe, and this is the most disappointing news since Sir Alex Ferguson left us. I mean, like, for 18 years back, Malcolm Glazer bought us on debt, and the debt is still there. His kids are just sort of like leech who have like sucked this club dry out, and they have nothing else to do now, and the only thing they thought of was making a full sale of the club, and now they are not even doing that. I mean, everybody knows that Al Thani had that enormous wealth, and they were actually ready to buy the club, full-fledged deal. No more Glazers on the club, but now Sir Jim Ratcliffe, he's actually turning into an enemy of the fan, because he himself said this: he's unable to buy the whole club, and if you are unable to buy the full club, why are you even participating in the bidding war, you fucking moron? I mean, no disrespect to Sir Jim Ratcliffe, he's a shrewd businessman, I'm pretty much sure of that, but again, another businessman. We don't need another businessman who's just here to take a slice of the pie, because believe it or not, this has been floating around the club for the past 2 weeks that if Sir Jim Ratcliffe buys the Manchester United, the Glazers will still be there for at least 20 to 25% stake and will still be on the board. And isn't that, like, this is one of the most disappointing news, seriously. I mean, and Glazers are actually happy with it, because let's face it, if Glazers make the final sale of the club and they are still there at the board and they are 25% at stake or 20% at stake at the board of directors, they'll still be involved. There is no such thing as Glazers out, because they'll still be there. They'll still be involved in the club's decision making and everything, and that toxicity will still be there even after such a long and exhausting protest. Everything that we have been through for the past 18 years, we haven't won anything in the last decade. We were actually hoping that obviously if Al Thani buys us, we won't be champions straight away. It's still going to take us at least 2 seasons, but still at least there was a hope. And if Sir Jim Ratcliffe doesn't even have another penny after buying us, he'll just be a majority of at 50% stake, and 30% will be still some other players, and 20-25% will be the Glazers. How long is it gonna take us to be champions again? I mean, it's gonna take another decade, I guess. And Glazers are fine with it, because they don't really care about the club. They just want dividend. They just want money. And if that's gonna happen, that's just disappointing. I'm sick and tired of this Glazers out, Glazers in nonsense, because finally we had a potential buyer, the Al Thani. He was ready to invest in the club. He was ready to buy the club. I mean, there's still a possibility that it still could happen. The Al Thanis could come and at the end of the line, and they still just jump ahead and make a final bid. But again, if if Glazers are adamant of staying, because remember when we won the Carabao Cup, Joel Glazer was already there. He was celebrating as it was his own achievement. He had, I mean, the final achievement, the last achievement of Joel Glazer must be riding his wife. I mean, that must have been his last achievement. And now he was trying to take the credit of that, how amazingly he has turned this club around by appointing Erik ten Hag as the board manager. I mean, buzz off. You wanted Pochettino. It was the fans who were adamant on hiring Erik ten Hag as the as the football manager of this club. And now what they're gonna do? If Glazers are still at the club, the toxicity will still be there. The board of directors will more or less the same. The CEO, the negotiators, the transfer negotiators will still be there, and that's just disappointing. That's scary, that's terrifying, but that's really disappointing if that's gonna happen, because I have no idea how we're gonna come back from that. I have no idea how we're gonna change that around, because if Sir Jim Ratcliffe is buying the club and he doesn't have any other penny left in his pocket, how is he gonna invest in the squad? How is he gonna invest in the club? How is he gonna build the new stadium? He doesn't have a clue about it, because he's just looking at Manchester United as just another business deal. And there we have another businessman, and that businessman is solely focused on winning this bidding war. He is not interested, because he believes that he's going to put the Manchester back in Manchester United. But buddy, if you really wanted to put Manchester back in the Manchester United, you would have kicked Glazer off. And if you don't have enough money to buy the club in a full sale, you should have just backed off. You should have let Al Thani win that bidding war. Because now if Al Thani are not buying Man United, and if they are that keen and interested in buying some Premier League football, what if they're gonna go and buy some other club? Look at what is happening at Newcastle United, and they haven't even done anything big. And look at what they have done. Look at they are actually above us. What if the Al Thani go and buys Liverpool? What if they go and buy Spurs? What if they go and buy Arsenal? What's then gonna happen? Just because of this family, the Glazer family, if they accept Sir Jim Ratcliffe's offer, we're gonna go down the same road that we have been on for the past 18 years. And this won't go away. This time it won't go away, because the toxicity, the players, nobody's happy. Sooner or later the players will not renew their contracts. They'll leave for another clubs, because they know what happened with Ronaldo. It was the clear indication that they know what is happening behind the scenes. It's just that somebody was brave enough to speak about it. Ronaldo didn't care about the Glazer. He didn't care about all the bootlickers. So he just stated it right out loud. And what happened with him? He just left without having a proper send off. I mean, he's still the legend of the club. You can't ignore that. He's still the legend of the game, in fact. But look what happened with Ronaldo. And sooner or later, every single player who's actually one of the best players in the club will leave, because they know deep down there won't be any further investment. There won't be any other. I'm completely blank. I mean, it's a match day, but look what sort of morning I'm having right now. Because if there is even a little bit of truth in this rumor, and Glazers are actually favoring Sir Jim Ratcliffe for this final bidding war, I'm really terrified of the conversation that those two assholes are gonna have. I'm really terrified of the outcome of this bidding war. And if Sir Jim Ratcliffe is the new buyer, not the new owner of Manchester United Football Club, the doomsday is the clock of the doomsday is not just dismissed. It's just on a snooze button. Sooner or later, it's gonna be the debacle of the century, because the way the things are going, I don't know whether Erik ten Hag will be able to hold us up. We will be considered as the mid-table club, and that's a dagger in the heart situation for the Man United fans. Anyways, I'm gonna wrap this up. Thank you guys for tuning in, watching the show. Let's hope that today Man United players at least turn up at the field and do something good, do something that can cheer us up. Anyways, take care guys. Thank you for watching the show. Bye bye.